And good morning, everybody. It is Wonderful Wednesday with the amazing Katrina Wagner as we discuss building a personal brand. Okay, so Katrina, tell us, to somebody who's just listening, what do you mean by personal brand? Tell us more.
When a person is in business and they are the service provider, they are the one people decide on for the service, your personal brand is a part of that decision rather than just selling an idea, a concept, or a name, like a business name. A personal brand makes you the center of the reason why people hire you. And so the power of building a personal brand right now is no longer do we have to invest in a billboard to get 10,000 cars and eyeballs on us per day, hoping that people will be attracted to our business. We don't need to do that because of profiles like Instagram, LinkedIn, your personal profile on Facebook. Those are the information highway on how your personal brand can attract people who are already looking for what you do. They're just trying to decide, who do I go with? And so building a personal brand makes the connection with you, and it removes the need to build a business or a brand or a title or a name, and it creates connection between you and the prospect. And I find that people choose to do business with other people that they like. And so a personal brand just allows you to do that far more effectively. And it removes a filter that makes us less impactful because people decide to connect with another person. So that's why a personal brand for me right now is the greatest opportunity in business.
And then you help others create that. So, I mean, I agree with you. It's people who they've got to like, know, and trust someone. So, okay, so here's the thing. So you got to, so when you meet somebody, you've got to make, if you like, so many other people like that person. How do you do that?
I like that you said you need to know, like, and trust. That used to be completely accurate back in the day when networking or going to the chamber was the number one source of getting new business. Now, in social media, we went from being a social construct to now being engagement focused. And so I would actually submit to you, my people who come to me for batch day, they don't have to know me. Chances are they're going to like me because I'm a likable person, but they have to trust that I know how to do what they need to do, period. And on that point, as long as I communicate and verify through evidence, I can answer. The moment the pocketbook comes out is to provide a solution to a much needed high value problem. People don't need to know you. I actually don't. I have hired a coach, a 12-month process coach. It is over 10,000 a year. I don't know her. I actually don't even know where she lives. Do I like her? Sure, but I don't know her. But do I trust that she has something that I need to know? Yes. Therefore, I have invested in her coaching. So I would submit to you, back in the day, know, like, and trust were important. But now you have to validate that you know what you do and how you do it, and people trust that you can
Deliver it.
produce on that promise.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So even if your offer suite has a low ticket, mid ticket, and a high ticket, I just have to trust enough that you can produce the outcome to do the $47 offer that you have. I don't have to know you. I don't have to know where you live or what you do. So I would submit to you, building a personal brand actually is not about know, like, and trust. It's about validating my lane, choosing the lane, leading that lane, and verifying through evidence. I know what I'm talking about. So come on board. If you're looking for this, I'm your gal. And it's a much different process than a know, like, and trust. It's actually engagement with evidence is what I would call it.
I like that. No, I appreciate that. That's a great way to look at it. And I agree with you. However, I also do think that when people see you a lot, they kind of feel as though they know you. And they kind of, it's like, oh yeah. And it is a very, and maybe it's a very lax way of people saying it. Oh yeah, I know her. I know them. I know him. And yet you're right. They actually really don't.
What I like about social media is that you get to control what you share. And so I was just chatting with somebody today, earlier this morning. She's in Florida building a business. And she said, but I don't want to show up online all the time. And I don't want to talk about my whole life. I don't want to do that. And I said, great news. You don't have to. Whatever school of thought that you were beholden to that said on social media, you have to share everything. That's not true. You get to decide what you share and how much of your life you do share. There are things that are happening in my life nobody will ever know about. Great. It's called privacy. And you get to keep private what you want to keep private. And building a personal brand doesn't remove privacy, it actually accentuates it. So the things in your life that you want to share, you amplify. And the things that you don't want to share, you just don't. And that's okay.
Yeah. So you look after your people, and then so when you have a conversation with these people, so tell me how does that look like? How does somebody get in touch with you, Katrina, to help them build their brand?
Traditionally, if people come to me for batch day, chances are they have either been referred to me or they see me online and they recognize, gosh, doing video content on their own is really difficult. Chances are she's a lot more fun, and I trust that she can actually do what she says she does because I have some guarantees in place. For example, if you do a 2-hour batch day, I guarantee you will have at least 30 edited reels. Guarantee it. The caveat is, what if you've never done video content? What if you only record 15 face to camera reels? How do I guarantee 30? Well, I guarantee 30 by making sure that whatever we don't record, for example, that are face to camera, me and my team will develop B-roll reels on your behalf, personally branded for you, that will accentuate your brand still. Or we can use voiceovers. There are tools that I have that you probably don't. And so my guarantee allows people to feel very confident that I will produce what I say I'm going to do. And they usually like to test, can this be fun? And batch day recording content, it actually is amazing. I don't even consider it work. I get infused with energy by doing it. It's not exhausting to me. I absolutely love it. And
I've
so
seen you
people
in
come to me.
action. I've seen you in action. You are, yeah, and you exactly, now do this, look there, stand like that, do this with your legs, do that. I mean, you know
Yes.
your stuff. You really do, Katrina.
Thank
Okay,
you.
now you said batch day. There may be people listening here going, "What on earth is batch day?" Batch day. Tell us more.
Thank you for asking. Batch day is a recording session where we create content. Content can be, let's use Instagram Reels as example. An Instagram Reel, when posted, goes out to people who don't follow you yet, and it stays on your profile permanently. It can also be used as an Instagram story. Now, an Instagram story only shows up on your profile for 24 hours. So, what happens if I want to show up on my Instagram stories and Instagram Reel? How much content do I have to record in one day? That's a question someone who is new to recording content would ask. The question I would challenge you to ask is, what are the various areas and topics that my point of view is exceptional or interesting or unique? And if I were to create a lot of different videos or content pieces, what would I say? Usually those point of views are unique to yourself. That's what makes it interesting. In the stage that we're in with AI, if I can look up what you're going to talk about, or if I can look up the information that you have, you're not interesting and people are going to swipe. One thing I will say for sure is batch day makes it easy for you to show up, speak out, and then get heard on the social platforms. Because if we only rely on AI to inform us, we deconstruct the value of human connection. A valuable point is, last night, I chose to join a webinar of somebody who had a topic I was genuinely interested in.
Mm-hmm.
When the webinar started, this is legitimately what it looked like. I'm going to fake it because I'm not really reading, but she was reading and she said, knowing and liking how your financial structure is set up is very different than actually knowing where the money goes. And she was reading like this, and it sounded just like what ChatGPT said. I stayed 20 seconds and I was like, this is shit. Done. Reason? If she knew her stuff, there would be no reason for her to talk on script like that. How ridiculous. How ridiculous. If you are an expert in your field and you think using AI because it sounds so glamorous or perfect is better than you, no, it's not.
Yeah.
No matter how you say it, you will always be much better than any AI. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And last night it was a reminder to me that someone with a specialty in finance who referred to ChatGPT having scripted out is no one I would pay anything for. And that was quick. I was unexpected. I did not expect this person to do that. And I was disappointed and I left within 20 seconds. And I unfollowed, I will never pay. Why? AI is not more important than HI, human intelligence. Human intelligence will outperform AI in a conversation, in a one-to-one interaction. It will outperform every time. And so batch day allows you to show up in your words with a format, but it's you in all your imperfect perfectness. I don't look for absolute perfection. I want to capture the person in whatever crazy way you look and whatever funny things that you do. Great, do that because people appreciate that. Gone are the days where people expect perfection. I like a curated look. Who doesn't? But I don't look for perfection.
I completely agree with you, and you know that's completely me because I'm so perfectly imperfect.
And that's wonderful. And what I like is when somebody meets me for the first time in person at a batch day, for example, and maybe we've only interacted once on a Zoom at a strategy call, or maybe never. When they meet me, when they tell me, you're exactly what I thought you would be. It's the best compliment. It means that who I am online and who I am in the real world should be the same. It should amplify who I am. You should love me even more in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a huge disconnect. There should be amplification of my own energy online that you would get in person and vice versa. There shouldn't be a disconnect. Your online version should be just as awesome as your in-person version of yourself.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky, Katrina, because I've known you, I think, for about 5 years. And I remember when you very first started doing this, and I had you again on here and I was so excited for you, and
Thank
you were so
you.
excited. And
Mhm.
actually, I've watched you grow
Thank you.
massively, and the and it's always lovely to look back and see how far you've come.
Mhm.
And you have,
Thank
and
you.
I hope you are proud of yourself.
I would say that sometimes the best lesson is adversity. Sometimes getting through hardship or getting through times that are not easy lets you know what you are made of. And I think that's the same thing for me. I've been through things, life has taught me a great deal. And just as you teach us, I know I'm a client of yours. When you teach us, thank you, brain. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting me. And thank you for alerting me. There's also a thank you, God, for teaching me. Thank you, God, for teaching me that resilience cannot be grown in a peaceful setting.
Yeah, but I mean, you the things that you're able to help other people with and overcome. I have seen you in action, and you invited me in to do to help you with your people. It was a thank you, wasn't it?
It
But
was a thank you to my clients.
they
Mhm.
loved you. They love you, not loved. They love you. And
It's still a good love story with my clients.
yeah,
We
it's
get so
and
close.
it was really wonderful to watch.
Thank
And
you.
you were so encouraging
Mm.
and flexible with everybody, and you literally brought out their person,
Mhm.
their personality out, and it was just sheer love, and I got to see that, so I'm grateful that I
Thank
got to see that. And you were also a fabulous mum.
Thank you. That's the best job I have. That's the only title that really, really I never want to lose. So I thank you for saying that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate you being on here and sharing everything that you do. Katrina, I will get your details so that anybody right now who is on, you know, not quite sure what to do, and they're sitting on that step thinking, oh, how do I take the next one? Then reach out to Katrina. Now, tell me, do you offer some complimentary just chats to see where somebody's at?
If somebody is new to batch day
Yeah.
and you're thinking, is this a good fit? Absolutely. What I want to say is, I have a client who met me at an event. I was speaking at an event. They love the idea of batch day. They came to do a batch day, and they learned enough during batch day that now she and her husband are creating content together on their own. I consider that a major win. And so when people come to batch day, it doesn't mean you have to stay forever. There are some clients who prefer to come every month for 2 hours and let us handle the rest. Great. I love them too. Who doesn't? But sometimes it's learning what you don't yet know so that you can implement it on your own. The things that I teach you during even one session are likely things that you'll never learn on your own. And so if someone is wondering, how do I fill the need for content? Will batch day work? The answer is absolutely yes. Guaranteed. It will absolutely work. Whether you want to do it one time and then implement it on your own, that's for you to decide. Or if you want to do it a few times. I had one new realtor who said, I'm going to do this for the next 6 months and I'm committing to it. And then from there, I want to see how my business has been impacted. And that's what she did. And then we created a bunch of additional B-roll reels for her so that she could use it and compound it after 6 months. And she's off building her business. So whatever your priorities are, if you're wondering, how do I get more content to market myself? Will batch day work for you? Yes. That's all you need to know. And so if you want to have a chit chat, certainly, but the best thing to do is pull the trigger, get on this calendar, and then let's start building your content. That's the best way to understand how this all works.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you are so wonderful to work with. So thank you for being on here, Katrina. And thank you for watching, everybody. Oh yeah, always, you know I love you. So
likewise.
So thank you everybody for watching, and it's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from Katrina Wagner. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.